Hi there guys and girls, I just wanted to do a video about the recent rumours and speculation on a Kombat Pack 2. So for those of you who don't know, during the last Tremor stream, right at the end, Tyler's like, and that's it for Kombat Pack 1. Now this has caused a big, oh my god, there must be Kombat Pack 2 because he specified KP1. Whereas up till now, it's always just been Kombat Pack, and but he said Kombat Pack 1, and it might have been a slip up, it might have been on purpose, it might have been a troll, we don't know. But if you look at the other things too, and for me, this kind of cements in the fact that I think there will be more characters. We got Tremor so fast after Predator. Did you guys notice that? Like, we got Predator like 2 weeks ago. I mean, 2 weeks apart. We had Predator, and then boom, Tremor. And they really pushed the DLC out fast for those characters. Now, they wouldn't do that if they didn't have something else planned, I don't think. Because even if they're making a new game, they can't sell that game until it's ready to show off, ready to release, ready to charge DLC for. So, while they're working on their next game, whatever the hell that may be, if they are working on their next game, they're going to push the longevity out of MKX as much as they can. And they're going to do that with skin packs, characters, and hopefully some arena downloads. So, and here comes the rain. Anyway, so the fact that they really finished this first Kombat Pack fast. So for me, I think it genuinely shows that there's going to be a Kombat Pack 2. And I think this is how most fans feel. So I want to talk about the characters I think should be in Kombat Pack 2. As you guys know, in my Tremo video, I mentioned that first Kombat Pack, it's really coming in. We're going to get some really strong wins today too, so hopefully the roof doesn't blow off while I'm making this video. I'm sure you guys can hear that. That's really fucking loud. My god. Oh, it's a train and wind at the same time. Okay. I think. Yep. Okay. So, Kombat Pack 2. I speculated in the Tremo video that the first Kombat Pack had 2 guest characters that weren't really anything to do with Mortal Kombat, Jason and Predator. And the characters we got that were MK were Tanya and Tremo. I'm not really satisfied with those 2 DLC characters, to be honest. I mean, Tanya was alright, Tremo was a bit of fun, not my cup of tea really. But I think a lot of people want to see some other characters in there. I mean, since MKX has been announced, I always hear Fujin come up, always. And I always hear Serena mentioned. Always. And I think it's because they've never been given a proper independent storyline in their own game. So Serena was introduced in Mythologies, and then that she was kind of expanded upon in Mortal Kombat Tournament Edition, which was Game Boy Advance exclusive, and then she was in Armageddon. But I kind of don't count the Armageddon stories. They felt kind of rushed, and because they had so many characters in the game, and some of the buyers weren't there and shit like that. I don't know. Armageddon's a bit funny for me. I don't hate Armageddon, but just when it comes in terms of story and that, So Serena's only really had that much, but for me, that's definitely, definitely grounds to become and get given a full character opportunity. Whereas, I'm not turning this into a Tremo hate video, but that's why I didn't like Tremo. I just didn't think he had enough to get given a chance. I mean, and I wasn't saying he should never get a chance, just shouldn't be thrown in the first Kombat Pack, for me. So anyway, a lot of people want Serena, because, she'd be a great character. She really would. And I got really excited when I saw her in the MKX story mode. I thought, oh, cool. And she didn't stick around very long, which I was kind of disappointed at. Same with Fujin. It's the same story with Fujin. Fujin's kind of had almost the same amount of time in MK games as Serena, but never been given, you know, a full chance to be a good character. Same thing too, they had him in MKX real quick and people got excited and then he was gone. So for me, those two characters would be great. And I've got more characters to mention, but they're not my number one. I'm going to save the number one for last. The other characters I think should be in it, Nightwolf. I think he's a great good guy character. I think he's a great accompaniment to Liu Kang. Liu Kang's bad now. I see some good opportunity for storytelling there. Nightwolf, Nightwolf was turned into a Revenant, wasn't he? Huh. Well, I still think he should be in the game. Fuck it. You know, I just think, and I don't know how Jax got out of it. How did Jax get out of it? Can you guys tell me, how did Jax get out of being a Revenant? Because here's the thing, like I do one of these videos, right, and then I say Nightwolf would be great in the game, and or Shao Kahn would be great in the game, and then someone goes, but Shao Kahn's dead, you know. But there's always an exception. Like, how did Jax get out of being a Revenant? You know, if they were all turned into Revenants, how did he get out of it? You know, I don't think it was ever explained. So, for me, you know, it doesn't matter if they're dead, if they're a Revenant, they can still be in the game. They can still be like, oh, but he, you know, the sun was shining to the east that day, and then he got out of it. You know, you make up any bullshit in Mortal Kombat. That's what's kind of good about it. So, I'd like to see Nightwolf in it, but I'd like to see Nightwolf in it not as a Remnant. I think it'd be great for him to have some sort of back and forth with Liu Kang. I think that'd be great. I think Nightwolf's a great character. I've always liked him. Like, even in MK3, he kind of looked a bit funny in MK3. Like the leather and the blue pants and, you know. Yeah, so Nightwolf. So, we got Serena, we got Fujin, we got Nightwolf. Last I'm going to say, I think Shao Kahn or Naga. I'm going to lean a bit more towards Shao Kahn. I really liked what they did with Shao Kahn in MK9, and I kind of get that they're trying to move away from it always being Shao Kahn, but I just feel like in the last Mortal Kombat in MK9, they built up Shao Kahn so well. Like, you got to hear him talk, and you got to see him interact with people, and you'd never seen that in an MK. Normally it's just, you know, you weak, pathetic fool. It was just insults. But in the last MK, he was a character. He was a fully developed character with dialogue and interaction between other characters, good guy, bad guy characters. You know, was constantly just angry, which was great. You know, and then he's all, you know, even's like, you know, wanting to stick it to the Elder Gods, like, fuck you, you know, I'll do what I want. You know, I kind of like that. He was real badass. They made him awesome. And then it was great that they had the kind of fall from the full, you know, the defeat sort of thing happen. You know, it looked like he was going to win and then he doesn't, you know. That's kind of cool. But the problem for me is that now, I don't like Kotal Khan. I'm going to be honest. I don't like him. That's the problem for me. I just feel like this guy has taken over Outworld. Outworld was a deadly place. It just feels like he's taken over something that Shao Kahn built up. Shao Kahn built Outworld, and it was just full of death and evilness, and I just felt like someone like Kotal Khan couldn't come in there and take it over. Like, he would try and then get stabbed in the back by someone else. It just felt like that's sort of a dangerous place. It just felt like Shao Kahn was just so ruthless and evil that no one would even think to try and stab him in the back. He had shadow priests, he had all sorts of shit going on. You know what I mean? Whereas Kotal Khan seems to have taken over and seems to kind of made Outworld nice. There's no more purple anymore. There's no shadow priests. You know, I don't like that. So for me, I think it would be good to have Shao Kahn come back and, you know, come back even more angry, and, you know, come back at Kotal. Shao Kahn would really hate Kotal Khan for taking over Outworld. You know, that would be a thing. And he might even be so mad that he might even, like, try and team up with a Naga and get a Naga and try and take back Outworld and try and get rid of Kotal Khan. That could be something they could even do too. I just think that would be awesome, you know. So yeah, Shao Kahn or a Naga, I just think another bad guy coming in and just like knocking Kotal Khan out of there, because I just don't think he fits Outworld. I don't like him in Outworld. I don't like what he's done to Outworld. He needs to fucking go. But, you know, my number one Kombat Pack character too, and if you've been on my Twitter, you already know who it is, but Nitara, man. I've said it so many times. Nitara. Out of the Deadly Alliance characters, I really think Nitara was a great character. I really do. I really liked her design. I think vampire character was cool. She had good stories, good endings, good moves. She was fun to play as. She was a cool character. You know, a lot of those characters in Deadly Alliance were shit, like Mavado. I fucking hated Mavado. You know, I think I even hated Mavado more than Suhao. Like, it was just so weird, those elastic things on the shoes and all that weird shit he did. You know, at least Suhao was in the Black Dragon and all that shit, you know? Like, at least he kind of had some tie to old characters, but I didn't like Mavado. No. So there's a lot of people out there who hate Deadly Alliance characters, Deception characters, you know, because I see it pop up a lot. People say, oh, but those were Deadly Alliance characters, like they're the real, like, the worst characters in the world. I don't think they were, but I think there were definitely some characters better than others, and I think Nitara was a really good character. And I think she would really fit MKX really well. You know, just you know, and a lot of people complain there weren't enough female characters. I don't agree, but, you know, you'd be adding another chick to the roster. That's a bonus. I think you could do some really cool variations with her, like, you know, Bloodsucker, you know, Vampire, you know, you could have some really cool looking skins with her. She could be like Vampire Queen, you know, and the other thing is too, I don't know if you guys know, that in the crypt they actually had a male vampire character that they were thinking about doing, but then they went with Nitara. So you can tell they kind of did put a lot of work into the character. They really did. They even thought about having her as a guy at some stage and that. And I didn't see that with other characters. So for me, I think Nitara would be a great fit into Kombat Pack 2 for MKX. If there is a Kombat Pack 2, but I mean, it looks like there's gonna be. I mean, seriously. So that's it for the characters. The only other thing I want to say is, like most people, I want more arenas in Mortal Kombat as well. And the problem is that when you look at the old Mortal Kombats, the arenas weren't as involved as the new ones. The new ones have a lot of shit going on. There's a lot of animations going on, and NPC characters, excuse me, hidden brutalities, interactive things. So, and the arenas are wider too, like probably 100% wider. I'd say the arenas are very, very wide now, and I really like that. I really like how wide the arenas are in MKX. I think it's fucking perfect. I like the interactives. I think they're fucking perfect. I didn't like the way they did them in Injustice. Some characters, you know, throw something, other characters bounce off shit. I like that in MK, if I pick this rock up, doesn't matter who I am, I know I'm going to throw the fucking rock across the screen. If I grab this vine, doesn't matter who I am, I know I'm going to swing on it. I like that. That's how it should be, for me anyway. And the hidden brutalities are fucking great. And you might as well just call them stage fatalities, really. You know, a lot of people, including me, wanted stage fatalities. I was still hoping for that alligator stage fatality in the jungle stage, but looks like we'll never get it. But I think some classic arenas. I think Living Forest, even though you already have I know you have another forest level, but I think people would get a kick out of seeing like Living Forest or Wastelands or the Portal. You should do the Portal. There you go, because you didn't do it in the last game. And you know I want it. Yeah, I think about doing some classic stages. Maybe show that some of the bad parts of Outworld still exist. Remember, Outworld's a humongous place. So I think that would be really cool, you know. And then again, you know, even just they don't all have to be classic levels. Do some new MKX theme stages. And I think you need to have more darker stages. When you look at MKX, like stages like Crossroads are always my favorite. I love Crossroads. I love Special Forces Compound, Lin Kuei Temple, and the Cove are probably my favorite maps. Just because they just look amazing. They have great interactives. Crossroads is just the dark level. I like that. There's a lot of death, there's a lot of skulls, scrolling clouds and lava and spiky cliffs and a lot of danger in that level. I think you need more dangerous looking levels, you know. The Cove, even that huge rock in the background with the skull face on it, looks dangerous, you know. Lin Kuei Temple doesn't look that dangerous, but it looks cool. It looks cool as a Lin Kuei Temple stage. You got that thing in the thing with the 2 fire things, and you got all the snow and that snow effects. And Special Forces Compound is so well MK themed, because in the background there you've even got it's got like a little Special Forces portal. You got either humans coming through who get let through, or you get like Tarkhartans trying to sneak in, and when they sneak in, you got like guys on guard there. They just put them down, like, you know, that's cool. That's really fucking cool. And then you can see the humans there. They're trying to help the humans and that. And that says a lot about the game. That's great. You know, that's why I like those stages. But I think some classic Outworld stages would really benefit the game. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope there is a Kombat Pack 2. I have a real gut feeling there will be. I really hope there is. I hope they're not just gonna... I hope it's not one of those things that everyone goes, oh yeah, there'll be one, and then there's not one. You know, I really hope there is a Kombat Pack 2. And I'd love to see some new arenas in MKX. I mean, because we've gotten fatalities, which is great, and we've gotten stage fatalities, which is fantastic, and we've gotten skin packs as usual, which is great, and characters. But you know, ever since MK9, they said we could add whatever we want to the game. I got real excited, and I really wanted to see them add stages. So for me, I think that would be a big thing, adding stages, because you've kind of done everything else now anyway. So add some stages to the game, guys. And yeah, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.